We all talked about it all day. That team has been playing at a high level. Came in there, handling your business. Third quarter, tremendous. Held to 24 points that quarter, 32% from the field, built us that big lead. Michael, where do you get going? Right, where to see the ball go through, did a lot of really good things. 9 boards to go get 28. Jamal, 31 points, a lot of really good possessions. Nicole, another triple-double. Zeke, Najee, 3 blocks. Really good effort. And I want to give this to CB. CB, I thought your defense all night long. You into him, Joker, great levels all night long. Fellas, go win. Got one more on this road trip. Let's get another one in Boston, all right? Come on, let's bring it. Family on 3, family on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Cannot say enough about the job Christian Braun did on Cade Cunningham. We wondered before the game with Aaron Gordon out who's going to cover Cade. It was Christian Braun. He held Cunningham to a season low 11 points and a season worst 3 of 12 shooting, 25%. That is some lockdown D.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's the primary defender on Cade Cunningham as we watch some tweets go by about how great Christian Braun was. But I really do want to underscore 2 things that you said really fast right there. Cade Cunningham scored 11 points. That's not a point total he's ever been held to, not this season. And, you know, for you to be the primary defender on a player that is averaging well over 20 points per game, right? I mean, you can chop his average in half, and that's what he got here tonight. That is exemplary. It is not easy to cover Cade Cunningham. And it wasn't easy for Christian Braun too, but look, I think that just says to us all what kind of defender Christian Braun is. He's putting all that stuff to bed. Yeah. If he hasn't by now, I mean, hopefully performances like this will help people see that.
Hey, he also scored 23 points.
Yeah.
It wasn't just defense.
Yeah.
He's also the subject of our Red Canary assist of the game because he took a lot of assists from the hands of Nikola Jokic. 7 layups for CB tonight, thanks to the trusty distribution of the big Joker.
Yeah, and look, a lot of these, you see a lot of these here, kind of backdoor cutting action. So when you have a team that's being super aggressive the way the Pistons were, and basically kind of overplaying at the top, on the top side, now you set your defender up, hit the cut back door, and wide open all night long. That's what that was. And you can see the majority of those basketballs right at the rim right there. And it's having synergy, it's understanding, it's reading the play, and then having synergy with Nikola Jokic, which he quite clearly has all season long.
We knew this was going to be a tough road trip because these are all good teams, and so far they've won 2 out of 3. Yeah. The big one, of course, is going to come Sunday. By the way, they're playing right now, Cleveland and Boston, and that game is getting tighter. It's 1:21, actually, under a minute to play. It looks like Cleveland's going to beat Boston.
Wow, and they were down big early.
Early.
Yeah, they were down big early. So it could be a mad Boston team. But look, I think it's a team that we wanted the Nuggets to play anyway a couple of seasons ago. And these 2 teams have been among the winningest teams in this league, certainly from an offensive standpoint, 2 of the most potent offensive teams. It's going to be a lot of fun on Sunday. There's no doubt about that.
All right, more in store here on Nuggets Post Game Live, brought to you by your Front Range Toyota dealers. More dimes to CB. Keep finding the man. He'll keep finding the bucket. On highlights of this game, we got our Toyota game recap. Nuggets on the hustle bus. Jamal Murray's going to miss a layup, but look at him hustle. Gets it out to Christian Braun. CB with the 3. He found it early and often. A little later, good to have you back, Mike. There's Junior. There's that stroke.
Yeah, he's back in a big way after, a tough night last night. Doesn't matter. 24 hours later, 6 more 3-pointers.
Nuggets on an 18-0 run, and they're not done yet. Jamal guarded by Malik Beasley, his former buddy.
Yeah, all that strength right there. You should have flexed on him.
Nuggets are up by 18 at one point. Back come the Pistons. They're going to find Beasley in the corner pocket. He'll nail the 3, but watch what happens to Joker. Okay. All right, you want to do that? I sold a little bit of it, but you want to dance? We'll dance. We can dance too. Pistons wouldn't go away. They're a pesky bunch. What a move by Asar Thompson.
Yeah. The Thompson twins having...
That was a band in the 80s, by the way. Do you remember the Thompson twins?
I do remember them, yeah. Yeah.
They should do a poster. Anybody else have a poster of the Thompson twins with the current NBA players? Anyway.
They should, though.
MPJ finishes there, and the Nuggets are up by 5 at the half. Third quarter. Can we get more of this, please? You mentioned Jamal Murray in the third. Step back in your teeth.
Yeah, that's just a sick move right there in terms of you drive a guy down and you pull that back and knock in that three.
And they try to get physical with Joker, but he don't play that. You don't play, he'll give it right back to you.
See, this is what I'm talking about, physicality. You're not more physical than Nikola Jokic. He's going to play right through that because he's stronger than you.
All right, so the Nuggets are in a zone now, and Mr. Braun delivers again. Watch this finish. Open court. Who's better? That's a 17-0 Nuggets run. Broke the game open in the third quarter. They're dominating now. I got to show you this highlight from Detroit only because it's a pretty cool dunk. Yeah, Cade had that dunk.
He did. One of his 3 makes on the night.
Doesn't matter because the Nuggets are up by 20 after 3 and the game was essentially over. We go to the fourth quarter. Just to finish this thing, we'll give you another flurry from Murray. He led all scorers tonight, and the Nuggets win big in Motown. Isn't that funny how Joker remembers all the handshakes?
The handshake, yeah. Yeah. And also, it shows you what Malik Beasley meant to his teammates. You know, they still love him. He's having a great season for Detroit. He's going to get all kinds of paid in the off season. But as we're looking at the Chevy final stats here, the shooting percentage is really high, 17 3-pointers. That's great. Obviously coming off, not being able to shoot it as well last night. So the offense right back where it needs to be for the Nuggets.
Look at that bottom corner. The Pistons had 15 steals and they got blown out of the gym.
Yeah. Vic, it's the one thing that can hold back the Nuggets.
Yeah.
20 turnovers today for
loose.
25 points.
7 turnovers from Joke.
Yeah.
Too loose at times.
Yeah. You do this against Boston, they're going to hit 23 pointers off of this, and it's going to be a problem. And so, it's not the ability. These games, it does matter, but the team is not good enough to make you pay for it. But teams like Boston, so when you're talking about going into this road trip and saying, hey, look, this road trip is stacked with really good teams. Yeah. It's stats like that will get you beat. And so hopefully they can kind of get this under control against the Celtics.
Final thoughts when we come back as the Nuggets get ready for Boston. Did the heavy lifting tonight. 31 points for the Blue Arrow. He spoke to Katie Wingy after the game.
How would you describe this team's bounce back ability?
It's great. We also don't look into it too much. Mike has a not great shooting night. It's not like we were worried about him. We know what he's capable of. I think everybody in the world is understanding what he's capable of. So, stuff like that we don't look into too much. Back-to-backs are always tough. We just want to make sure we come up with the right mindset. And the Pistons got us going. So it was easy for us to not retaliate, but bring the energy.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit more about that because you were talking and shaking your head early in this game. Was there anything extra motivating you?
No, not at all. Not at all. Just playing the game.
That's all?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you've had a really good month of February. I'm curious how close you feel like you are to playing your best basketball or the basketball you want to be playing come postseason.
Not even close.
What do you want to see improved?
Everything.
Since you want him to talk, what's been most impressive to you about Zeke recently?
His readiness and his focus when his number is called. Whatever minutes that he's going to get, he's ready. He's shooting threes, rebounding, playing with effort, running the floor. And the defense, I think, is probably the most important for us. Just being able to switch 1 through 5 and just be a big presence. So, we need more of that. But just his whole professionalism, how he approaches the game recently has been amazing.
You've been pretty quick to pull up when anyone goes under a screen, when you have a chance in transition. Have there been any conversations in terms of looking for that kind of volume for three? Is it just you've been hot lately and you kind of feel in rhythm when you have those chances?
No, it's the same chances when I miss. It's just, I guess, talk about more when I make, right?
No, I feel like we ask you when you miss.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the ball just goes in and they're going under, or I have some space on the screen. I'm just letting it fly. There's no thought to it. But I feel, to me, I've been playing, my brand of basketball for years now. I feel like I'm playing the same game, just shots are starting to drop and finding my rhythm or whatever. So nothing changed for me.
How intentional have you been to impose your will early in games?
I think that's the biggest thing is just, kind of come on aggressive. It kind of takes the pressure off everybody. I feel like I'll demand a lot of attention, not just from my man, but from the help defense. So I'm just looking to kind of draw a crowd and not just draw a crowd, but still score and kind of make them have to make a decision with me. And then after that, we got the best player in the world. So should be a little easier. Open, like I said, open things up for everybody to just kind of play the game and play free or off, catch and goes or closeouts or whatever it may be. So, but like I said, it's not just me. I might have a good start or whatever, but CB might came in aggressive, and it's really the defense that kind of sets the tone for us. So if we can continue to play defense early in the game, I think that's the most important for this group going forward.
Peyton thinks he can beat you.
Now comes the true test. Can they do Sunday morning what they did tonight? Path to Victory brought to you by Pathwater, exclusive water partner of the Denver Nuggets. Boston, the Garden, 11 a.m. National television.
Yeah, it's a major game right there, man. The Celtics, obviously on the short list of teams to get to the NBA Finals. They are the defending champions. How can you take them lightly? But when you look at that schedule and you have the Celtics and you have the Sacramento Kings, who they've popped in some pretty good games, and then on the backside of that, you have the Double Thunder.
Two of them in OKC. Again, toughest schedule this month in the NBA. I mean, there's no letting up. And
no.
I think it's good for the Nuggets because guess what? Those are the same teams that make the playoffs.
Yeah,
that's what you're going to see in the postseason, so deal with it right now. And they dealt with it tonight. The Nuggets take care of business. They go to Detroit, and they snap the Pistons' longest win streak in 20 years. They actually had a sellout. I know Chris Dempsey was beside himself. He saw fans in the stands in Detroit, and he's like, are you sure this game's in Detroit? Yeah, it was in Detroit. And they tried to wrestle the Nuggets. Didn't work. Nuggets win big, 134-119. We will talk to you next week. Enjoy the game Sunday on ABC. And congrats, Scott Hastings.